Welcome everybody to another Shyhammer Fantasy Battle Report, and this was actually the holiday weekend on Halloween that I went out to go play, and not really many people showed up, so I got one game against Dan, and that's it. But this is the last video I'm doing before the WCW tournament, so that's going to be you're going to see a lot of changes in my army after this video. But a lot of them are going to be physical based, like actual changes to the models, and others are just going to be changes to the setups on how I bring them. Anyways, I'm going to go over what I brought and what Dan brought in this army setup today, and we're going to go over the game. It's a very fun game, 2,500 points. Here's my army list. We're going to start off with my side first. First off, I brought both Doom Divers. The Doom Divers are coming in. They're very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very reliable recently. I have my Spirit Chuck. I have my level 2 Goblin Shaman. I have my big Savage Orc Biggin block right here. 28 Savage Orc Biggins with full command. Big Stabba. My level 4 Orc Shaman, Savage Orc Shaman, Dr. Zoidberg. Then I have Bebop and Rocksteady in the front. And Bebop has the Mork's War Banner, and Rocksteady has just random stuff. Crown of Command. Over here I have my Mangler Squig. And then I have 6 trolls. 6 trolls. The one in the corner is Tesai, and he's just so damn big that they don't let anybody else really fit on there. Over here I got my 2 Goblin Chariots. I have my block of 20 Night Goblins with short bows, and then possibly Fanatics. I have King Koopa. I also have my Arachnarok Spider, and my 10 Goblin Wolf Riders. Now, over here, it's going to start off his side. He has a unit of 6 Silver Helms. He has a unit of 10 Silver Helms. He has a Skycutter, Lothern Skycutter Chariot, whatever it is. He has a Tyrannic Chariot, 3 units of Illyrian Reavers. He has a big block here of White Lions. I want to say it's about, it looks like 7 wide. He has them 7 by 3, so 21 White Lions. He has a White Lion Chariot. He also has a unit of, looks like about 5 by 6 Sword Masters, so 30 Sword Masters. His other Illyrian Reaver, and he has right here he has his General. On the left side, it's a level 4 High Magic General, and then or Wizard, and then on the right he has his BSB. With his BSB, always brings that shield of Safri or whatever it's called. Excuse me. And then he has his big bird, the Frostheart Phoenix. I actually give him a lot of credit. This is one of the best painted models I've seen Dan do, and he did it in a relatively good time, I think. So good job, Dan. And he also had another Tyrannic Chariot that I didn't have a picture of. He just because he brought him as a Tomb King Chariot. We basically just played a standard battle line. We didn't really feel like dealing with much. There's a lot of terrain in this game. We really weren't planning on this. And as we're setting up, I'm looking at it and I'm like, we got a swamp, we got like 4 forests, and like my Fanatics aren't gonna do shit. My Mangler's gonna have a hard time getting out. And again, this is the same strategy I used against Dan before, which was he has to get to me kind of a deal. So I'm just looking at it like he has to get to me, and so I put my guys back. I didn't move them on the 12-inch marker. I moved them as close to the edge as possible, just because I didn't want to get like ambushed on turn 1. I go ahead and I moved up the Wolf Riders over here for Vanguards. They got into the woods here. As you can see, he has on his left side his 2 Chariots, Illyrian Reavers, and his Silver Helm. So anybody's going to charge those Wolf Riders. I just got to make sure I'm getting the hell out of the way. But sure enough, the trees are Wildwoods. And then over here he moves up his Illyrian Reavers for Vanguard. So I move up my Wolf Riders on this side for Vanguards. And then he just kind of moves up at like as so. He won the roll-off, so it's going to be High Elves turn 1. I'm sorry I'm yawning so much. I don't know. It's these headphones. They get so warm and it's just like puts me to sleep. I don't know. I'm making excuses. So first thing he does is he's going to go ahead and charge his Silver Helms into my Wolf Riders. I'm going to forcefully, just to make a fail charge there. He charges with his Illyrian Reavers. I stand and shoot, and then he decides to charge with his Silver Helms over here, so I decide to flee. And they're both going to fail charge. Over here, he decides to move these Illyrian Reavers all the way up to the Mangler, and as you can see, the Mangler just ate them all. And that's it. He just moved up his whole turn. He's going to go ahead and do his remaining moves. Or he does his magic. Okay, so he does his magic phase. He rolls 2 dice onto... what's the spell? It's the spell that destroys the magic items in high magic. And basically, he doesn't get it off. He threw 2 dice on it, and he looked at the number, and he's like, shit, I should have threw 3 dice on it. And it was a fail spell in the beginning of the game, and he was just like, oh, well, let's just go into shooting. So shooting phase, he's going to go ahead and do... he's going to go ahead and do these guys on the Tyronic Chariots. They're going to go ahead and shoot at my chariot here. They do 1 wound. His guys from his Sky Cutter are going to go ahead and shoot at my Wolf Riders. They fail to wound. So this is how it looks on turn 1. It's going to go ahead and start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins, turn 1. I'm going to go ahead and charge with my chariot into his Illyrian Reavers that are in my face. He's going to go ahead and flee. And when he flees, he doesn't flee that far, and I actually catch him, kill all 5 of them, and I ran into the wall, and the wall killed me. Fucking dangerous terrain. Over here, the Wolf Riders did not rally. They're going to run off the table, and they did not cause a panic to anybody over there. I did move my Goblins over here just a little bit closer towards the action. Going to let the Fanatics hit the Silver Helms, hopefully. These guys did not rally. They continue running. But as for everybody else, I just kind of sit back. I don't really do much. I move Koopa behind this building, kind of giving him a partial view of what's going on. Magic Phase. Magic Phase 5 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up all 5 dice onto the foot of Gork, and I did not get double 6s. He dispels it. I'm going to go ahead and shoot my Doom Divers at his Sky Cutter here, and 1 gets a misfire, 1 gets a hit, and it doesn't even wound it. The one that gets a misfire just jams. As for these guys, these 20 guys are going to go ahead and shoot at the Illyrian Reavers. They failed to kill anybody, and that was a very pitiful turn 1. It's going to go into turn 2, High Elves. I didn't kill a single person. No, I killed the Illyrian Reavers. I take it back. So he's down to 1 Illyrian Reavers out of 3. So he's going to go ahead and do his charge from his Silver Helms into my fleeing Wolf Riders. They're going to continue fleeing off the board. Or I'm sorry, he's doing it for the Chariot. Then the Chariot decides to redirect and go ahead and go for my Doom Diver. And it's probably going to get in, unfortunately. Over here, his Chariot's going for a charge to my my Goblins. And he's going to go ahead and get in. He gets 8 inches right here, right? Which he's protected by the trees. So I'm just going to throw my Goblins at his general direction anyways, because they always tend to fall short. Sure enough, this is how they fall. 1 hits the tree, 2 fall short. He's going to continue his charge, and he has to hit those Fanatics, and they blow up. He blows up on the first one. Second one's still alive and just swinging around. Over here, his Sky Cutter did get in on his charge, and then his remaining moves, he moves these guys up over this way. As you can see, his Silver Helms are free to come on in this way. And yeah, everybody's just moving on up. It's kind of getting a little bit scary. Everybody's kind of coming in on my side. Magic Phase. He got 4 power dice. He goes for Uncanny Forging again. He gets double 6s, and he's going to blow up Mork's War Banner. Ouch. What an ass. He knew it. He knew what I had. He knew I was going to try to stop his Banner of the World Dragon again. And he was just like, nope, I'm blowing up that banner. So he gets rid of it, and he loses a couple power dice, and that is that. Over here, he's going to go ahead and do his impact hits, does 1 wound. His Elves just destroy my Doom Diver, and that is that. He has nothing to shoot. It is Orcs and Goblins, turn 2. This is not so hot, guys. I'm just looking at it right now. He's coming with a combat army to my side of the board. I wasted turn 1 doing absolutely nothing. This is not looking pretty at all. I really didn't set up my army that well. Like, he already took out a Doom Diver. I'm like, ah, crap. This is just not going well. My Goblins aren't protecting my flanks. What was I thinking? So I'm like, fuck it. Let's just do a mega charge. He's coming to me. Let's just fight. Let's just do this. So I'm going to go ahead and charge the savages into the sword masters. I'm charging the trolls into the white lions, and I'm charging the Ragnarok into the sword masters. Now the Ragnarok's the only one with swift stride, so he has the best chance of getting in. I am definitely calling out the Wog. And fuck it, while we're at it, let's just charge this chariot into the silver helms. Because you know what? Why not? I could try to charge the sky cutter, but the problem here is those rocks are in my way, and it wasn't really to me a clear charge. Like I couldn't see past that rock, so I'm just like, all right, let's just charge the silver helms. Over here, Koopa does got a clear charge. He can see through the tip to tip at that chariot, and Koopa's charging over the building into the chariot. That is a great charge by Koopa. This guy gets in. Koopa gets in. The Fanatic moves over just a little bit more. He actually clips Koopa but doesn't do shit to Koopa. And then as for the big combat in the middle, which I don't know why I don't have a picture of it, the Spider gets in, the Savages and the Trolls fail. So that's going to happen. Magic phase, I got 6 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up Gork'll Fix It onto his Sword Masters who are in combat with my solo or Ragnarok. Make him reroll any 6s on the wounds, hits, or armor saves, which I don't think he gets armor saves anyways on him. But that's a pretty needed spell. He was more worried about my Foot of Gork, which could still go off. I go ahead and I throw 5 dice onto the Foot of Gork. He tries to throw all his dice to stop it. It goes off. I'm trying to stomp on the chariot, okay? Because I don't want his impact hits from the chariot fucking up my Ragnarok on the next turn. So it drifts off this way, clips the first 4 guys, and ends up killing off 4 white lions. I roll 4, 5, or 6 to do it again. I get a 5. I go ahead and I throw it at the chariot. It hits it, wounds it, does 2 wounds onto the chariot. I roll 4, 5, or 6 to do it again. I get a 1. He decides he wants to stomp on my Doom Diver, and it drifts off. Or I'm sorry, it gets a direct hit, but it fails to wound it. And the Doom Diver is alive and well. My Spear Chucker. He decides he's going to shoot at that chariot that we were shooting at. And he decides, you know what? Fuck it. Whack! Blow it up. He got it. 1 shot. Caused the panic check. Nobody panics, of course. Doom Diver. 1 Doom Diver goes into the Sky Cutter. Does 3 wounds to it. The other Doom Diver the other Doom Diver's jammed. Couldn't do shit. Over here, I did charge the Goblins into his Silver Helms. Goblins killed off 1 Silver Helm. The Silver Helms got every single hit, every single wound, and the horse's wound. He got everything to hit and wound the Goblins. Those Goblins got punked big time. I'm going to be a steadfast on a 5, but that ain't going to happen. And my Goblins are definitely going to go ahead and run, and he's going to chase him down and kill him. And that was just pathetic. Koopa's going to go ahead and do a wound onto the chariot. I'm sorry, the Spider does a wound onto the chariot. They try to hit Koopa back. They cannot wound Koopa. Koopa goes back, does 2 wounds, causes that chariot to panic and flee. He runs away from Koopa, past the frickin' dangerous terrain. Koopa overruns, hits the side flank of the Illyrian Reavers, and that's going to happen. Over here, impact hits alone kills 1 dude. 1 Silver Helm. The Silver Helms all attack. They fail to wound my chariot. I charged. I killed 1. He only has a banner. That is it. He lost his rank because I killed the 1 rank. He's losing by 1. Just 1. He rolls. He fails the roll. He runs. I chase. He gets away. But I chase. And that's going to just chaff him up for a turn, which is great for a chariot. Over here, my Ragnarok Spider. I roll 7 attacks onto the unit. I roll the Poison Jaw onto the General. I don't roll it. Josh was sitting next to me, and Josh was like, "Can I roll it?" I was like, "Go for it." He gets the poison off on the General. The General then does his 4 aboard, fails his ward. The Ragnarok then multiplies it and gets 5 fucking wounds onto his wizard. 5. He killed his wizard in 1 shot. The fucking rest of the attacks go, and they kill off 1 dude. I thunderstomp, and I kill off 1 more dude. I barely touched anybody. I did 5 wounds. He's probably going to beat me just by a combat res for having a BSB, a banner, and ranks. Holy shit. He fails to wound. Anything he got close to wounding on my Arachnarok failed because of the Gork'll fix it. And sure enough, my Arachnarok is healthy. Killed the general, killed a couple sword masters. He's going to get his ass kicked in the next round when everything decides to charge into him. But let's go ahead and do that. That is fantastic. Holy crap. High Elves turn 3. Woo! Here it comes. He's going to go ahead and try to... He was deciding forever what he wants to do here. He doesn't know if he wants the White Lions going for the Trolls, for the Savages, or for the Arachnarok. He wants to kill the Arachnarok, though, because the Arachnarok pissed him off. So he decides, let's go for the Arachnarok. Phoenix and White Lions go for the Arachnarok. Both of them connect. Both of them go get in. And that is ugly. Pushes me back an inch, basically. He decides he's going to charge a Sky Cutter over here into the side flank of my Savages, and he's going to get in, get some impact hits. He's going to go ahead and rally these guys, and he rallied the Chariot as well. These guys over here just decided to come for my War Machines, and that's kind of getting ugly over there. There is no Magic Phase because his Wizard's dead. There's no Shooting Phase because most people are in combat. Let's go straight into combat. King Koopa kills off, the Spider kills off 2 of the Illyrian Reavers, or actually I think it was both. Yeah, King Koopa ends up killing off 2 of the Illyrian Reavers. They fail to wound him back, and they are going to run, panic and run. He catches them, kills them down, and overruns into the Chariot, and we couldn't figure out how to move the fucking terrain, so we just put the terrain like this. And King Koopa is back in a fight with that Chariot again. They're fighting on opposite sides there. We decided it's going to be a -1 to hit because of the defending a wall thing. Over here, all his sword masters are going. They still have Gork'll fix it. All his sword masters are going. They put on 1 wound. Only 1 wound onto my Arachnarok. My Arachnarok striking last because of his Phoenix, and it's lowering my strength too. All his White Lions go, ooh, this is the ugly one. They do 3 wounds. Only 3 wounds. Woo! My Arachnarok's alive and kicking. He has to do 4 wounds with his Phoenix. His Phoenix goes, throws all the dice on it, and he gets off a shit ton of wounds. I'm like, oh shit, what's going to happen? He gets off 2 wounds. My Arachnarok's still alive. He has 2 wounds left. My Arachnarok goes ahead and does the Poison Jaw onto the Phoenix. Does 3 wounds onto the Phoenix. He does his Thunderstomp. Actually, I think I threw everything on the Phoenix, and I just did 3 wounds onto the Phoenix. Josh was there seeing like, why? I'm like, I just want to get rid of that Phoenix because guess what? He's not going to kill enough Elves to make a difference. But he's going to Thunderstomp these guys and do 1 Thunderstomp onto them. And that is exactly how it looks. But he defended 1 whole round. He defended 2 rounds against the Swordmasters, but 1 whole round with the Phoenix attacking him and all those White Lions. That is nuts. Woo! Over here, impact hits. Kills off 5 Savages. Holy shit. My Lord Makes Way kills that freaking Chariot, and then he's just going to move back on Make Way back when we do my turn. Or just the reform, whatever. Orcs and Goblins, turn 3 I think it is. It might be turn 3 or turn 4. I don't remember. Anyways. Over here. What's that? That's a rear charge. The Trolls are getting a rear charge onto the White Lions. That is just ridiculously fantastic. My Savages are getting a side charge onto those White Lions. Those White Lions are done. Done. My Goblin Chariot over here is going to go ahead and charge into the Silver Helms again. And sure enough, bam, bam, bam! They all get in. I wasted my Wog on the last turn, though. Magic Phase, I got 6 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up a couple dice onto Gaze of Mork. Meow. I kill off 5 white, or more than 5. I kill off 6 White Lions. Oh man, it's beautiful. And I try to actually aim it so I'm going through the White Lions and through some Swordmasters, but the Swordmasters have the banner of the World Dragon. They're fine. I throw up a couple dice onto Sneaky Stabbing onto my Trolls who are getting in the rear, and I throw up Fist of Gork just for the hell of it. Why not? Over here, I try to do shooting phase. I try to shoot these guys right in their face, and neither one of them gets a hit. They're actually within 12 inches of the Doom Diver, so we had the argument, can I pick a spot on the ground and move the Doom Diver? He is saying no, there has to be a valid target. Josh was agreeing with him, saying no, there has to be a valid target. I'm saying I've heard it and played it before where I can aim at the floor and move the Doom Diver based on where it's going because it's indirect fire. But if any of you guys know the battle rulebook page to look that up, I would be glad to just point it out to Dan for future reference. Over here, his elves do 1 wound onto King Koopa. King Koopa goes back and destroys the chariot, and King Koopa is going to go ahead and turn around, face the war machines, and hopefully make it there before the Doom Diver dies. So that's going to happen over there. Over here, impact hits from the Big Stabber, kills off 1 White Lion. He challenges with his champ. I accept with my champ, and he goes ahead and he has like 2 attacks, strength 6. He's a fucking elf accuracy. He only needs 3s to hit, like maybe 2s to wound. Yeah, 2s to wound. And he wounds 1. I ward save it. I go ahead and I attack back. Bam! I kill that guy. Gave him 2 wounds. Oh man, my lord goes and my lord kills off 3 White Lions. He goes ahead and he starts attacking next, and he does 1 wound onto my BSB. He just does not like my BSB. He does 1 wound onto my trolls. He actually did like 7 wounds to my trolls, and my trolls regen like 6. And he goes ahead and hits my Arachnarok, and he kills my Arachnarok. Now, his Swordmasters aren't in combat anymore. His Phoenix is not in combat anymore, but his White Lions are stuck there. And I'm going to go ahead and attack with my Savages. Savages kill off like 8 or 9 guys. Whatever, right? My Trolls go, and my Trolls, without stomps, they got the sneaky stab and hits and rerolls to hits and wounds because they were in the rear. Destroyed that unit. Killed every single man. So I just traded White Lions for my Arachnarok. Not only that, my Savages have to overrun. My Trolls have to overrun. But basically, how's this work? It basically works. Oh, we do combat res. Combat res. The Phoenix and the Swordmaster stick. The Phoenix fails twice and runs away. I'm going to go ahead and chase with both. I have to chase with the Savages. The Trolls end up going this way, and the Savages end up going this way, and he gets away with his Swift Stride. Over here, impact hits from the Chariot, kills off 2 Silver Helms. The dogs kill off a 3rd Silver Helm. The Silver Helms fail to wound the Chariot again, and they run again, and the Chariot chases them down and kills them down. That is fucking awesome. That is hilarious. It's gonna go ahead and start off High Elves next turn because I lost count on what turn it is. High Elves are gonna go ahead and charge into my Spirit Chukka. Spirit Chukka's gonna take it to the face. His Swordmasters charge into my Trolls, and whatever. That forest is a stupid forest, which just doesn't matter to the Trolls, but he did have to pass stupidity. He passed stupidity every time. It's a stupid forest. Anyways, so he gets in on my Trolls. I had to move my big guy out in the back because he just was too big. The Phoenix fails to rally and continues fleeing this way, and he decides Magic Phase he's going to dispel my Fist of Gork. Close combat. These guys killed off the Spirit Chukka. They're going to reform and face this way. Over here, he goes ahead and he does 7 wounds onto my Trolls. 7. And I regen every single one of them. All 7 were regen. He looked at me with this face like, are you fucking kidding me? And I was like, yep, that just happened. So my Trolls are just freaking phenomenal. Look at that roll. That is just insane. Trolls go back and attack, and they kill off like a good 10, 12 guys. I don't even know. 3, 6, 9. They kill off 9 Swordmasters, and the Swordmasters are going to stick there. Nobody's steadfast, but I believe they just stick. and it is going to be my turn. Orcs and Goblins. Orcs and Goblins. I'm going to go ahead and move the Chariot this way. I moved Koopa this way. I couldn't charge the Phoenix off the table because nobody was facing him. So the Phoenix is just going that way. I reformed my Savages over here. I didn't even want to get in combat yet. I'm just letting the Trolls handle it. Fnatic finally kills himself to the building here. Magic Face got 6 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up Gork will fix it onto this unit here. And sure enough, Gork will fix it. I go ahead and I throw up the Foot of Gork, and I believe I'm trying to stomp onto his Phoenix. I get it off, I believe? No, I don't. I just failed. I failed. So I go ahead and I throw up the Doom Diver onto his Phoenix. Here it goes. I get a direct hit. Not only do I get a direct hit, I get 5 attacks. I throw all 5 dice at the same time. BAM! A motherfucking Yahtzee. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Holy shit. The supermarket of the beast. I was like in shock when I rolled this. How the fuck did I roll 5 6s? And he's like, you got loaded dice. I go, you know, I would believe I had loaded dice when I saw that roll after the Trolls have been regenning like shit, like crazy. But every dice I got is from somebody else, so their dice are loaded. He looked at me like, are you kidding? He tried to do his ward saves. He couldn't ward save 5 6s. I mean, he could if he rolled my roll, but it killed his Phoenix. His Phoenix is dead, and that Doom Diver was just like, BAM! Fuck you, Phoenix. Got him out of the way. Oh, man. That was just great. That's just fucking awesome. So he goes ahead and he attacks with his to my Trolls with his Sword Masters. Does 5 wounds onto them. And BAM! I regen every wound again. He's like, am I just having shitty luck? I'm like, you know what? I would honestly believe that. Yeah, I mean, like, I honestly believe I have my fair share of just bad luck games. I have games that I just pretty much lose in turn 1 because I just have bad rolls and bad stuff. I'm just having a good luck game, Dan. You're having an okay game. Okay? So it's the way Orcs and Goblins are. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're bad, but they just regened everything there. And he's like, what it wouldn't have paid to have a flaming banner in this unit. And I was like, well, you took the banner of the World Dragon. Go ahead and attack back, and I'm killing down pretty much every one of his elves. And as you can see, there's only like 5 in the front rank now that are still there, but he's still stuck in combat. He didn't run away. And it's going to start off Orcs and Goblins turn 5 or 6, whatever turn this is. So, or I'm sorry, High Elves turn 5 or 6. That's exactly what it is. Sorry, not Orcs and Goblins. He's going to go ahead and charge his Silver Helms into my Doom Diver here. He gets in. And that's it. We're going to close combat. He wipes out that Doom Diver. Oh, man. He, over here, he finally kills off one of my Trolls. My Trolls attack back, and they kill off everybody except for his banner, no, his Champ and his BSB. They have 1 wound onto the BSB. I stomped. Now, here's the thing we were talking about, because like, oh, you can't pick where your stomps go. I'm like, well, one Troll is only stomping on his BSB, because that's all he's touching corner to corner. The other Troll has to stomp on the unit. So, go ahead and I stomp, and I think they both lived. But that is going to be my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 5 or 6. I'm going to go ahead and charge Koopa into that rear of his BSB and his guys there, just to be a dick, just because Koopa needs to start cleaning up. I'm going to go ahead and charge my Chariot into that same unit, and they both get in. My Savages didn't even bother going into attack. And sure enough, it's going to be Magic Phase. Magic Phase, I got 7 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up 3 dice onto, I think this is Handagork or Gazemork. I can't tell which one this is. Oh, it's Gazemork. And I reformed my Savages to turn facing the guys who just killed my Doom Diver, and I shot them with the Gazemork, killed off one of them. Besides that, they didn't panic, and they're good. They're going to sit there. Over here, Impact hits alone, kills off the one dude. So he's like, haha, he's like, my BSB has a chance to live, challenge. I'm like, alright, let's go for it. And he's like, he has the Crown of Command, and now you just saved him from all those attacks on the Trolls, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, you gotta fight King Koopa, dude. And he's like, yeah, he's like, but I got a chance against one goblin hero versus all those trolls in the chariot and all that. I was like, alright, let's go for it. He goes ahead and he attacks King Koopa. He fails to wound King Koopa. King Koopa goes attacks back with his great weapon and the spider attacks. Put on 5 wounds onto his BSB. King Koopa snapped this game. Now, here's the hard part. It is, first off, it's an Orcs and Goblins slaughter victory. The only people on the board left are those 4 Silver Helms. I didn't think I was going to win this game. I honestly, at turn 1 and turn 2, I was looking at it like, oh man, I am surrounded. I am getting my ass kicked. I don't have this. My Ragnarok's going to be sacrificed. Everybody else failed charge. I was like, what's going on here? Okay? So, I'm surprised I pulled out the victory myself. The hard part now is, who gets the MVP? I like King Koopa for killing the BSB just like a champ. He was like, fuck you, you know? Killed off the chariot, made the chariot run twice, but run once, killed it off, then killed some Illyrian Reavers, and he took care of those guys. Do I give it to the Doom Diver for shooting out his Frostheart Phoenix out of the air? Not only that, but weakening the Sky Cutter in the beginning of the game. Do I potentially give it to the Savages for causing a distraction? Not really. They didn't really do much. Savages didn't do much. Do I give it to the Trolls? Now here's the real candidate. The Trolls killed every single White Lion and every single Swordmaster. There's a couple Swordmasters they didn't get, but there's also a couple White Lions they didn't get either. The Gazemort killed off a line of White Lions. Do I give it to the Ragnarok for going in, killing the general, and not really killing much else, but he stood there and stuck and took every hit for 2 turns, giving me a very vital charge, rear charge and side flank charge? Or do I give it to the Goblin Chariot, who took care of 10 Silver Helms by himself? It's an easy answer. I'm giving it to the Ragnarok. The Ragnarok, if that did not happen, he would have magic phases, which would have fucked me, and he would have had a leadership bubble, which that Phoenix ran away without a leadership bubble. And not only that, there was just a loss of so much of that leadership bubble. I'm giving it to the Ragnarok. He did a good job holding it up, taking an ass kicking. He died, but he died the way he needed to die, by being the guy in the center, holding off 3 whole units, 3 full units. He held them off. Not only that, they all had great weapons. All of them are hitting strength 5 and strength 6, and he's lowering my strength, and he's making me strike last. But my Ragnarok held there like a champ, and he took it, and he is the MVP, definitely. It was a very fun game. Me and Dan had a very rough night trying to get home after that because the train derailed. But we had a very long talk during that time, talking about what could he switch in his list, what could I switch in my list. And I'm glad I got that game, and it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, this is the only game until I go play at the WCW. I got a lot of basing to do. I got to base off King Koopa and my new Boar Boy BSB. I got to paint a shit ton of guys, and I got a lot of stuff to do right before that. I know it looks like this is mostly complete, but trust me, I'm redoing a lot just so you guys get a better show coming up at this WCW tournament. So stay tuned. You're going to see the ultimate orc gear and all the changes I'm doing, and hopefully you enjoy it. If you guys haven't, hit the like and subscribe. Do so already. I don't know why the hell you wait for me to tell you this. I don't know why I only have 135 subscribers, and after I said that, I'll probably be down to 134. But hit like and subscribe. If you guys want to donate anything to my cause, get me some batteries, go to my YouTube channel. I have a little donation box there. And besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any comments or feedback, feel free to leave it. And way to go, Greenskins. You did it. Didn't even need my savages. Yeah, I might level 4 shot some guys, but didn't even need my savages. You guys did it on your own. Alright guys, take care, peace, enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.